On 360. Outside the window, it rained insistently. The drops that reminded on the window slowly rolled down. I played my guitar without stopping to marvel at the nature around me. The world seems to stand still, but I continue to live in it. Sometimes everything seems so fabulous and beautiful. There was just one drawback. I wasn't at home, so a sense of discomfort was combined with a sense of admiration. I have been in rehab since the accident, and although I feel perfectly well, the doctors did not recommend that I be discharged from the hospital. Day after day,